Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. I hope you have an amazing day. My name is George Wright III. I am your host, every day with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I want to talk to you today about how you can crush your fears, how you can go past your fears and create massive growth in your life. All of us have had challenges and fears in our life, that we faced from time to time. And sometimes these fears are minor and sometimes they can be really extremely debilitating. Either way, we only truly grow and succeed when we face our fears. So most of us have heard this phrase, true success and growth is created outside your comfort zone. And I really, really love this statement because it reminds me of how to focus on the opportunities that are presented to me, whether they're a challenge or a fear or whatever they are, they've been put in my path. And I've experienced from time to time the success and the fulfillment that's come from sort of facing my fears and leaning into what I fear most. And there's never been a better time to learn and act on this principle than right now. Our businesses, our social and economic environment are all placing so many fears in our path. And I believe that we can use this as an opportunity to learn more about ourselves. So, growing and creating success, everything that we need to do in our life, this is something that we've got to be able to push through. And so, it's going to require some bold, courageous, and intentional actions on our part. And I hope this message today is going to kind of, sort of inspire you and maybe get you thinking outside the box. So let me tell you about a time that I had a really fearful event. One when I literally walked away from $250,000. And, there's been a lot of times in my life where I've had to face fears in difficult situations and life events, but this is one in hindsight that really stuck with me. I was about 29 years old and I had built a pretty successful sales team, making really good money. I was doing well financially, at least, in terms of what most people would think is a success. I was making $250,000 a year. And more importantly, I was married. I had 5 kids. everything seemed to be going really well. And I had built a relationship with an individual that had owned a small financial education company that was doing about, I say small, it was doing about $20 million a year in revenue with about 20 employees, believe it or not. And this individual had sort of presented me with an opportunity to walk away from my cush job, the thing that I was doing, making great money, and become the CEO of his company. And, I'm not sure what he saw in me at the time. I certainly didn't feel qualified for the position. I didn't see myself as a CEO, but I was faced with the challenge or opportunity, and it was a scary thing to walk away from something that I had that was earning me $250,000 a year to earn a commission only make money on the profit type of position with a new growing company. And although most people wouldn't see that as a typical fear-based event in their life, it was a pretty scary thing because I saw a huge potential, but the thought of leaving the comfort and security of what I had really, really worried me. It really terrified me. And I'd worked pretty hard to create the level of success I had created from the ground up, and I knew this new position would require some serious heavy lifting if I was to jump ship and go there and take this to the next level. So I spent a lot of, stressful, thoughtful days considering the offer. It was a tough decision. But I knew that I wanted to go to the next level. I knew that I wanted to grow and expand where I was. And the opportunity appeared to be pretty sound, but I would give up a really good, solid thing that I had done to this point. But ultimately, I did choose to move on, and I've never looked back. In hindsight, that move was one of the scariest moves professionally, but it gave me the greatest amount of experience, success, relationships, key contacts, and life skills. Now, it was a bumpy ride. It wasn't smooth, but we were able to grow over time that company from $20 million a year to $200 million in net collected revenue per year with over 300 employees in just about 5 short years. And so it was just a massive learning experience. And this is a perfect example of leaning into your fear in order to grow and succeed. So, what do you fear the most? The question I have for you is, what is it that you fear right now in your personal life? Is there an opportunity that you've been considering or presented with? Is there a skill that you've put off learning or developing? Is there a personal passion that you've wanted to start building a business around, or an investing opportunity that you don't feel qualified to really start because you're not knowledgeable enough yet? Maybe you have some current challenges or problems in your life or business that you simply don't feel qualified to deal with. You don't feel that you've got this imposter syndrome with what you're doing. Maybe you have a relationship or a family matter that you just can't seem to get up the courage to start working on or working through. Look, regardless of what the fear is that's in front of you, I can promise you that your greatest, accomplishments, your best life is waiting just beyond that challenge or fear. See, I believe that fear is there for a reason that will benefit you. Maybe it's your gut telling you that you need to address it. Maybe it's your subconscious mind identifying to you an area that you know you can learn and grow from. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that fear can be real in life and especially in our minds. But I believe most fear is something we create in our minds to avoid problems in our lives. It's simply false events appearing real. That acronym for fear. Maybe another way to look at fear is to see it as an opportunity or a highlighted area of growth rather than just a red flag or something to run away from. Either way, you were meant to do great things, and you can accomplish your best life by addressing that roadblock holding you back from your greatness. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, George, why should I face these fears? Why should I start with fear? Because you hear me say that a lot, start with fear. What can I hope to gain from facing my fear, and how do we actually crush those fears? Well, let me give you some examples of reasons first that you need to face your fears. Number one, it's your gateway to results. Facing your fears is going to give you valuable experience that you can use to grow, learn. Remember that even failure carries with it improved knowledge to get you where you need to be. So regardless of what happens, it's a gateway to results. Also, personal growth. You're going to be able to stretch yourself. You learn new things and accomplish new things when you force yourself out of your comfort zone. Also, increased fulfillment. Look, I'm telling you right now, personal growth is one of the most important things if you want to feel more fulfilled and passionate in life. Facing your fears is an amazing way to do that. It also helps you to build your confidence and belief, because as we face our fears, we build confidence and belief in our own abilities to handle life and the amount of uncertainty that we can adapt to, because even in uncertain situations, you know and you gain confidence that you can handle it. Now, I can go on and on about all the positive benefits that come with facing your fears, and I know that they're going to be difficult. They're going to be emotional. There's negative experiences that come along with facing your fear. Rejection, failure, setbacks, they all come with facing your fears. But remember this. Anything that you can learn from a situation can be turned into a positive if you just make the decision that everything's going to help you grow. So let's talk for a minute. We're kind of short on time today. How can you start crushing your fear? Let's talk about how you can crush your fear and some ideas I have for you to take action. I've learned, all kinds of ways to deal with fear and challenges and struggles in my life, but I wrote down just, a few thoughts, techniques, and disciplines that I've used. So here's some of my ideas. Number one, just say yes and then figure it out. Most every 7, 8, 9-figure mentor that I know has adopted this philosophy of you don't need to know everything to take action. Say yes, then figure it out. Also, good is good enough. Taking action on your dreams and desires and opportunities is the win. Don't wait for confidence to tackle your fears. Confidence comes after you push through your fears. Also, focus your energy. When you're leaning into your fear, you've got to create space to focus your time and energy and talent on this challenge. Don't multitask when you're trying to face your fears. Focus your energy. Also, surround yourself with positive. Facing fears can be really scary, but you can build your confidence, belief, and abilities by surrounding yourself with other people that have already faced those types of fears. They can help you benefit by this belief transference, by positive influence, and support. Also, I want you to think about eliminating distractions. The best way to deal with fear is to block out some time and hit them head on. Don't allow distractions to easily come and distract you, because it'll make it much more difficult to conquer your fears. And here's my last suggestion. Do less, not more. The key to handling your fear is not to take everything on all at once. Don't feel you need to do it all. Just simply take the first step. Most times the answers, details, and solutions, they come along the way. Ultimately, there's no magic pill or easy way to get through facing your fears. You are the only one equipped to handle your fears. You're the one that has to face them. But if you remember and adopt the idea that everything happens for a reason and that reason is there to benefit you, then that perspective will drive your experience and take you through it. True or not, that's going to empower you to create the ultimate growth and learning in your life. Now, I want to give you one last warning before I let you go. I don't want you to let this happen. I have a thought that kind of came to me, and it was pretty simple, but really serious. It's a word of caution. Sometimes we fail to recognize that the opportunity or situation already present in our life is what we fear dealing with the most. As a result, as entrepreneurs and investors, we sometimes just see new opportunities as an excuse not to deal with the fear we currently have in front of us. Let me give you an example. So many times I've seen entrepreneurs or individuals chase shiny objects in order to find a way out of working hard where they're at, or facing the struggles they have, or providing a better life. You can't simply move from opportunity to opportunity thinking that you're operating outside your comfort zone when you're really just avoiding the challenges and the fears that you have in front of you. You can do it. I know you can do this. All of us have greatness inside of us. You have greatness inside of you. And I know that we're giving these challenges in our life for a reason. This is not a destination-driven objective. It's a path-based journey. We learn, grow, and develop along the way in our lives. So when you fall in love with the process, the path, then you realize your need for the end, that you kind of release that need for the end result. When you stop fixating on that end result, you can really start to enjoy life. You're on a path that rewards the person willing to lean into their fear with the benefits of prosperity, personal growth, and happiness. By avoiding your fears, you are simply avoiding the best of your life. After all, we miss 100% of the shots we don't take. So you're going to benefit as long as you take action. Wayne Dyer said it best when he said, "When I look back on the tapestry of my life, I've gained a better perspective, and the meaning and purposes of our challenges become more and more clear." And it's my hope that you look back on your life and you are happy and confident that you leaned into your fear. That's why I'm providing the Daily Mastermind. That's why I'm here to inspire you. I hope this is something that's giving you a little bit more motivation or inspiration to move forward. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So start creating your best life today. Do me a favor and share this episode. Tell me what your feedback is. Hit me up on the Daily Mastermind on Facebook or Instagram. DM me and let me know what you're thinking. I read all those myself. And I hope you have an amazing day today. Once again, this has been the Daily Mastermind, and my name is George Wright III. Have a great day.